Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Let's Play here on the Heavy Basics channel. This is Link to the Past. We now have two pendants. We are missing just the one, which is the Pendant of Power. I don't give a shit if it's supposed to be the Pendant of Wisdom. Anyway, now that we have gained the Power Glove, we can now explore the northern east part of Hyrule. And we must get a very important item in the meantime, running through Octorok after Octorok. So in order to carry on with this next part, all we have to do here is we have to go to the northeastern part. There are various items that we can pick up. See, now we can throw stones that we couldn't do before. So let's take a look at our next part. Let's go back past the witch's hut so we can actually get our hands. Oh, there's something very important that we're going to be needing for the next part, so I'm not sure I do it in this part, or no, apparently I don't need to do it here, so let's take a look. So, now that we've moved the giant block out of the way, we can actually explore this brand new part of Hyrule. See, we already know how to use the combination of the Power Glove and the Pegasus shoes to create a sort of a super running tackle that destroys boulders and shit. So, what's important about this northeastern part? Well, you're about to see. We're about to enter an area called the Zoras domain. By the way, so the Zoras is what we're going up against. So, go this way. Now that we're in the Zoras domain, we can actually take on it. You'll be facing with a new bunch of enemies, the Zorans. Effectively, these are the fish people. The Zoras were enemies, and they pretty much, well, let's put it this way. They were enemies until Ocarina of Time, when they became one of the three most important races in the entire game. However, the Zoras are pretty powerful. If you hit them 4 times with a sword, they die. You stun them with the sword. So, in order for you to we need to head towards the northeast. We need to head towards that waterfall that you can see on the right there. But in order to do so, we need to go across the maze. So let's go this way, and let's go this way, and boom! There we go. We take on the big Zora, who basically will offer you the Zoran flippers. Now, if you've been saving up, ladies and gentlemen, 500 rupees especially, you will now be able to pay him off. So basically, he will not only give you the Zora flippers, but you will also now use the waterway of the sea folk. Essentially, we can now essentially teleport our way around the freaking areas. So the Zora flippers will now allow you to swim. This is a very, very important item. Before we leave the Zora's domain, we can get this next piece. We can get this next piece of heart, which is right here. That's our 9th piece. Essentially, we can now move on, head down past the waterfall. So now we can just head back towards the. Essentially, we can't climb waterfalls, but we can swim. That's all that counts. So, before we leave, obviously, before we can leave the Zora's domain, before we can carry on with the game and take out these northeast crabs, there's a waterfall here. Swim through here. You'll be able to do 2 things. First off, throw in your boomerang. Trust me. A fairy will appear if you throw the boomerang in. If you say yes, she will basically give you something better. The magical boomerang, which is basically a more powerful version of the boomerang. But we can't do anything, so what else is there to do? Well, leave the waterfall, then go back inside. And this time, we're going to throw something that's even better. Throw in your shield. The same fairy will appear, and if you say yes, she will give you a much better shield. She will give you a level 2 shield. Now we can finally defend ourselves against those bloody fireballs. They've been annoying us. So, now, Now that we're done with this bit, let's skip going back down south. Let's get another item that we can essentially you know, not waste till later. And to be honest, I think we can actually use this item more than anything else. So let's go this way, shall we? Back to this area here. So it's a crucial, vital teleporting item, which is what we need, really. So let's go this way. What we're going to do is then we're going to go under the bridge, essentially. It's a very short video, but we're only going to be doing this because, well, let's put it this way. We really need that, yeah. Now that we already got the reason why we picked up the videos, so there's no real need to do this, but, however, if you do use the waterway here, follow this route all the way to the bridge, as in take it to the bridge. So let's keep swimming towards the left, past the more Zoras. You'll find that we go under the bridge, essentially, which is an interesting little secret. And we go up this platform, talk to the man who's sleeping beside the tent, and essentially he will help you out by giving you another magic bottle. That's our third in the game out of 4. So we now have 3 bottles that we can actually essentially use. And that's pretty much the end of the video. So, ooh, that's close. In the next part,